It's going to be the shortest video we've ever made on the channel. We're responding to a viewer request for discussion of this square, the f7 square, and how to defend against an early attack by white, utilizing the queen and the light squared's bishop, pairing up for variations on the scholar's mate. So let's just jump right in. Let's see what happens to this viewer. They chose to open with the Sicilian. We have bishop c4, knight c6, queen to h5. So this is the classic scholar's mate setup. The only difference here is more frequently black has played e5. This is just the Sicilian variation on which is known apparently as the Bowdler attack. When white attempts the scholar's mate during the Sicilian, the special threat is queen takes c5. So black is wondering how to defend against this. Let's just see how this played out. Black chose to play g6, queen takes c5, knight to f6, normal development, bishop moves back to b3, knight takes e4, threatening the queen, and queen moves to c4, f5 is played, queen f7 checkmate. So what could black have done differently? Let's just provide the quick answer. So we'll play exactly the same line, developing in a normal Sicilian fashion until this moment. And instead of playing the g-pawn, what one ought to do is play e6. The reason being the bishop now covers the vulnerable c-pawn, preventing capture by the queen. And just as importantly, we've prevented any kind of sack on f7. So this is how to prevent very easily the scholar's mates when playing the Sicilian. And we'll note that black is clearly a pawn ahead in terms of position on the board. Why? Because black can gain tempo simply by threatening the queen, depending on what the queen does. Maybe, white, instead of moving the queen back, plays knight to f3. And in that case, we just play knight to f6, threatening the queen. The queen no longer has e2 to retreat to. She's probably going to come back to h3. A safe square for her, not very active. And white's attack has fallen apart. It's very similar with the more common king's pawn is what you'll usually see from black. Let's just take a quick look. We'll open a new analysis. So more commonly, you're going to have something like this. Maybe black moves their bishop out, and now suddenly there's an existential threat on f7. But it's a different situation altogether. We don't have a pawn out. We don't have a knight out. What should black do here to defend? In this case, if you play g6, you're losing the e-pawn, but we still do have a pretty easy answer. I would bet you've guessed it. We can just play queen to e7. And that was, by the way, also the top-rated move by the engine, queen to e7, and black has, a very slight advantage in this position. So apparently terrible at doing shorts. This was supposed to be a short, but this is already 4 minutes and 20 seconds. But there you go. That's how you protect against the f7 pawn in sort of amateur level rating openings where white chooses to be extra aggressive, especially with this queen bishop combo. Okay, thanks, bye.